For today's video, we're gonna be camping outside, obviously outside, in the snow, in Quebec, so it's gonna be a great video, so let's get to it. There's either gonna be wolves, foxes, or lynx.
This is a Hershey's chocolate porter.
Yeah, this is a lot dirtier than I expected. Way to ruin the intro scene. What's up, everybody? Today we're going to be doing an outdoor winter camping in freezing conditions. Let's get to it. Oh shit. The snow is super deep right now. It's well over my knees at some point, so gonna have to get a good spot to camp at. So I've been rocking around now for about half an hour, and I think I found my good spot. I feel like right here should be a pretty decent spot, and there shouldn't be too much snow underneath these trees. I might not be a winter wilderness expert, but camping underneath coniferous trees or like pine trees, there will typically be less snow on the ground, which is very helpful for having to remove snow from underneath your tent or the general area. Over there, a couple feet away, will probably be more than 1 to 2 feet of snow. Right here should be less than a foot of snow. So you got all the basic needs. You got an axe, a tripod that is missing a leg. So as you can see, we got an extendable shovel here, which is going to be very helpful rather than having to, you know, move snow with your hands. And because we don't want to sweat too much while we're working, and that'll cause moisture to make us colder later on, we will be taking off our coat. You want to know what I just seen? A rabbit foot. So yeah, there's either gonna be wolves, foxes, or a lynx. I don't know how old that is. It doesn't look extremely fresh, so I'm not really worried. Now, I was gonna be moving my spot to this more treed-in area, but we're gonna be able to be using these branches as padding for our tent. We're gonna do what we can, but I'm just saying it's gonna take a little bit longer than I expected. Looking at this right now, I'm not really sure how much more I gotta do. I probably gotta be taking away a little bit more from there. And I'm making it a little bit further back because I'm gonna have my fire right here. On second thought, yeah, I'll probably scoop that out a little bit more first. And as you can see, all of the snow is, well, 90% of the snow is removed, and most of what's left is just ice, but I'll give it another last scrape before I put down the branches, which is what we got to be doing right now. Actually, we're just going to take a quick drink break. Clamato, courtesy of my father. Thank you very much. It's been a minute since I had this actually. The last tomato drink I had was a V8, which I like quite a bit, so let's see. Also, one of the many things that are great about camping in winter is the fact that we could keep stuff cold. In a minute, you'll see my beverage selection, but we could just throw it in the snow. Bam. And that'll get nice and cold for us. Yeah. And I gotta say, I'm actually really enjoying being in like a forest after being like in the more open areas of like Florida and stuff. It's gonna take a minute to get all my branches ready, but I won't bore you with that. I'll just quickly get it all ready in 3, 2, 1. All right, so here we have it. Don't worry, that's not completely all. I'm also gonna have these major big ones to lay on there. This is the first time I actually ever put like a mat, like a forest tree mat down, so I don't know how good this is. So I don't have a secondary tarp to put in between my tent and these branches, so I really don't want to make any holes in my tent because it's really good and I really like it. Oh, I really don't know if this is gonna go through, so we're gonna plan on maybe getting tape next time I go to town. And I decided I'm gonna get a bit more green branches for that side. Okay, I'm gonna zoom into right where it is, but there is a partridge there. So that means if we're hunting and how to get a gun and shoot this, we would be able to. And those are fairly easy to clean. You gotta suffer, but technically we could be eating that and that'd be a pretty freaking good meal. So we got some more smaller branches. Now inside my backpack of goodies, we got secondary blanket that's wet because, as you seen in the skidoo, this was completely covered in slush. I was not expecting that. This might not be super important, but I'm kind of torn between getting an air pump or not. Don't know if you could tell, but my sleeping bag's soaked. That's not good. This wood here isn't super dry, so it's not snapping that good, but I mean, it should be good enough that it'll light and continue burning. Yeah, so all this wood here is a little bit wetter than I expected, but we should be good. So let's stack up all my wood. Yeah, I think that's actually a pretty decent amount of wood. You're probably gonna say that's not enough, but I'm not trying to have an extended amount of fire. Of course, everyone has their own way of making their fires, but personally, I like to put a couple large pieces on the bottom. That way, the small pieces, once they get burned down, they're not just gonna be directly on the ground and extinguish. They'll be able to have some sort of stuff to pick up some of that heat. As you can see, these are all red. Even though it's wet, this will have a better chance of lighting. And that's just going to be the right base. We got a couple of bigger sticks here. We are going to be adding more in just a second. All right, guys, here's the whole reason why we're here. We're going to be having a step 2. That's right, guys. We're going to be able to enjoy this. I don't know how to pronounce this. It's from America's oldest brewery since 1829. It says you have to be 21 to enjoy, but guess what, guys? Quebec has it right.
Do not worry, this is all completely legal.
But this is a Hershey's chocolate porter. I'm excited.
I'll stand up for this. Don't worry, my dad's right. He encouraged me to be legal and go to Quebec for this, so it's all right with him. With my mom, you know how moms are. Just joking. I mean, sort of. Here's to potentially finally going to be close to getting monetized. This is awesome. Close to 1,000 subscribers at the filming of making this. I mean, it's beer. In all honesty, this isn't extremely bad. This does have like a very dull, subtle kind of cocoa flavor. It's a porter, so I don't know the difference between that and real beer. I'm responsible. I'm gonna pick up the phone now.
Alright, sir, to protect your account, just give me your credit card information and I'll take care of it.
I'm just gonna say this now because I want to have people's attentions. Emergency camping shelter. I'm thinking we might do another video of this very soon. Maybe do a camping, extreme emergency camping. I think that might be awesome if you.
A few moments later.
I gotta walk in my past footprints now that I got my ski pants off because I don't want to get snow in my boots. I mean, if you like camping videos, you probably know that birch bark is a great fire starter. As a matter of fact, right now it is starting to like hail, kind of rain. It's starting to go good. So. Alright guys, so here we have a bit of a situation, but I kind of figured it out, but I'm just going to let you know what I did. I had to take off one of these handles to the pot. We're going to be taking off this little plastic silicone thing so we don't melt this onto it. You want to know what I just realized? I forgot a spoon. I was looking at the screen there, and I guess the camera didn't fully sense the fact that the battery was changed. I just changed it to see, but I guess I got 91% on this next battery, so I mean that's great for this. Alrighty guys, so I'm gonna be we have the fire here right now and my stuff is kind of cooked, but we are gonna be actually, well, I'm gonna be, not you, I'm not taking you, but we're gonna be quickly getting my secondary blanket. We're gonna eat when I come back. I'm probably gonna grab a spoon there because it's pretty hot, and I did actually burn myself really bad.
1 hour later.
I have a really bad tendency to not have my head in frame, but either way, this is being filmed on the phone now. I'm back at my spot, and we have a backpack full of goodies, basically my blanket and pillow, and we also have a fire going. We're just gonna be reheating my food. I probably could have eaten before I left, but I was kind of in a rush. I didn't want to be, because by the way, it's kind of late right now. It's like it's not late. It's like 9:45 right now. It's gonna sit back here and have another one of those chocolate Hershey beverages. It's looking pretty burned, but it's actually not that bad. This here goes Mexican rice. There's so much burn bits, kind of makes it a little bit gross. There's nothing I could do about it. And I see some camping people, they go outright. I'm one person that does camping eating right is the Outdoor Wars. This is so not cool compared to theirs. But as well as all the other camper people, this is perhaps very lame. Not gonna lie, this tastes really good though, because I'm so hungry.
One hour later.
Alright, so it's a little later than an hour later. I'm feeling a little bit tired. I'm gonna be putting all the stuff at the bottom of my bed here, and as you can see, I got a tarp. Actually, it's not a tarp, it's a like polyester vapor, not vapor, I think it's called vapor barrier. But yeah, this is, my dad gave me that so my tent won't get completely soaked, and it's put underneath my tent. I'll show you better in the morning. I also got this here, Miller High Life, the champagne of beers. So we're gonna have this as well. Champagne. Not much to say. I'm 18. I'm in Quebec. Life's good. Cheers. This is way more drinkable than the chocolate stuff that I was just having. Champagne, I've never had champagne, so I don't know. This might be a very champagne-y of beers, but it's kind of weird. Not a big fan of it. Why is I holding it so close to the top? Okay, I'm gonna drink this, sit down by the rest of the fire, and then we're gonna go to bed. All right, guys, so we're in the tent now. Got blankets, got pillows. Shouldn't be too terribly cold. It's already slightly a bit cold, so I'm keeping my sweaters on. But either way, thank you. Good night.
Later that same evening.
I've been asleep for a couple hours now and it's getting quite a bit colder. It's like not bad, but it's just slightly a little bit uncomfortable. Let's get some more sleep.
2 hours later.
Even more time later, I'm just tossing and turning. It's annoying.
1 eternity later.
Even more time later, I keep on tossing and turning. It's different. It's a different cold than, say, Tombstone. Tombstone is very dry. Here it's more humid. Also, it's kind of windy right now, actually. So let's get some more sleep.
So much later that the old narrator got tired of waiting and they had to hire a new one.
Okay, last time I won't complain anymore, but I'm very cold right now. I think it's like 4 o'clock, so I'm just gonna get back to sleep and catch you in the morning.
1 eternity later.
So good morning, everybody. It was colder than I expected last night. In fact, it's really cold this morning. I'm gonna quickly hobble over to the sun. It's so much more warmer than from the shade. You can stomp really hard, and only then will you sink. I was gonna be making a second fire this morning to cook, but I don't exactly have enough firewood to make a whole another fire to boil the water. And as you can see, my pot's very messy. I tried to boil water and kind of meh, but it was a lot more burn than I expected. As you can tell in the video, it was kind of gross. And right there we have some rabbit tracks. Looks like a pretty big rabbit as well. I figured in the next week or so, or maybe a month, or whatever amount of time, I'll come back and I'll be able to use this spot again for a future video. If you guys want that, you're gonna have to subscribe to make sure you get that. Also, we are murdering our thirst with this liquid death. Thanks to my dad. This is actually really great water. Perhaps maybe the best water I've had, because it's like super cold right now, obviously. Where is that ski? Don't worry, it's still there. It's still attached. I'm not gonna bore you with having me take this out, also because I only have like 10 more minutes of footage. I'll get that all unstuck and then we'll get to the video. It's not really wanting to start. Track's probably gonna be all solid device. I'm gonna have to lift up and turn it. So close. Hey, you can see right there, there's a partridge. Damn. It's gonna be difficult. I don't know what year it is, but this is an Enticer 340. And even though there's barely any track left on it, and it's old, it runs good. Oh! hope this was a great video for you camping in Quebec. And if you want to show a bit of support to the channel, you could definitely subscribe because I'm close to getting 1,000 subscribers at the filming of this video. So thank you for watching. Leave a thumbs up, leave a comment down below of other stuff you want me to do maybe. And thank you for watching. Have a great rest of your day. And as always, keep it real.